Hi everyone, today at Passenger Terminal World I am joined by Chad Makovsky, the Aviation Director at City of Phoenix. Thank you so much, Chad, for joining me today.
Thank you, a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so much. So could you just introduce yourself to our audience, please?
Yeah, sure thing. I'm Chad Makovsky. I am, as you mentioned, the Aviation Director of the City of Phoenix. We have 3 airports in our airport system. Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport in Phoenix, Arizona. It's the largest airport in the state of Arizona. We also have 2 general aviation reliever airports, Phoenix Deer Valley Airport and Phoenix Goodyear Airport. And I'm responsible for oversight and managing the portfolio of all 3 of those airports.
Right, yeah. So under your executive leadership, how have things been developing for the airports that you've just mentioned?
Yes, that's a great question. So Phoenix Sky Harbor, we just finished implementing $1 billion worth of capital development, and we have another $3.5 billion in capital investment coming up in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
On the tail end of that, we're going to have another $4 billion in the works. So we have plenty of work to do at the airport to keep up with growing passenger demand. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah.
At Phoenix Deer Valley Airport, that's really an interesting airport, very busy general aviation airport. And what we're seeing is we have about 200 acres of undeveloped land, and we just did a land use plan update, and we put that land out on the market. We're seeing really strong interest to develop that land at that airport, so that's really exciting. And then at Phoenix Goodyear Airport, the United Airlines has the United Aviate Academy. They do all their pilot training at this United Aviate Academy at Goodyear. Dramatic growth and development for that single runway airport. We have some undeveloped land there we're going to be developing as well, and we're already thinking about what that next capacity growth opportunity is there, possibly even a second runway.
Okay, right. There's a lot of things happening at the airports, but with regards to your second project, what has been the interest with developing the land that you're offering? What sort of...
At Deer Valley?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So the interest is there's a lot of pent-up demand, both on the corporate sector as well as with just general aviation aircraft. In fact, we have a 6-year backlog of general aviation pilots that want to base their aircraft at that airport.
Okay.
But on top of that, what we're really seeing is growth in the corporate aviation community, in the business aviation community, and we want to make sure we set that airport up for success. I think a lot of that's driven by the fact that you may have heard the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation just invested over $40 billion. They'll be investing in foreign direct investment in a new microchip factory on the north side of Phoenix. And so all their supply chain is growing up there as well. That's all very close to the Deer Valley Airport. So we think that that's going to really help spur a lot of development and growth there.
Understood. So you're responsible for implementing a $6 billion capital improvement program. So how's the program been progressing so far?
As I mentioned, we just finished up $1 billion. We're going to be doing another $3.5 billion. That's going to include, for climate reasons, we're going to extend one of our longer runways, our departure runways, make sure that it's plenty big to be able to allow any planes to take off and land. That'll optimize the operation of the airport. We're actually going to be investing in 6 new gates and a new concourse for the airport. We're excited about that. And then as that moves forward, we're going to be thinking about the next big increment of development. In fact, we're going to be going to our city council to talk about building a brand new terminal on the west side of the airport. We're really excited about that as well.
Fantastic. And how will the program keep sustainability at its core, and what features of the program will help to demonstrate this?
We, as you might imagine, we are the front door to a desert community in Arizona, and so we take our responsibilities to the environment very seriously. When you think about the desert, you think about water, right? So we have a very ambitious plan to reduce our water consumption, to essentially decouple that from the growth of our airport. And we've been doing some really good work there. On the environmental side, in terms of the air emissions, we're already a carbon accredited level 4 airport under ACI's carbon accreditation scheme. And we are already moving forward with a roadmap to net zero carbon emissions that will get us there by 2040. So I'm really proud of the team and the work they're doing. We need to embody the values of the community we serve, and we need to make sure that we're there to support future generations. The sustainability plan and everything we do, from development of facilities to the ongoing operation of the airport, is incredibly important to us.
And touching on your social responsibility, how will you ensure that the terminal developments won't be a detriment in terms of noise and pollution during ongoing development?
That's a great question, and a lot of times that's asked in the aviation sphere. As you have more planes, more growth, there are going to be more emissions. How do you counter that? Well, I'm really happy with what I'm seeing in terms of what manufacturers are doing and what airlines are doing to buy new modern aircraft that are much more fuel efficient. In fact, Condor Airlines is coming in this spring with their brand new A350-900, I believe it is. That's going to have, it's one of the most fuel efficient aircraft in the world. So So I'm really excited about the work they're doing.
Yeah.
The work that we're doing, though, is we're making sure that we're embodying carbon in the projects that we do.
Yeah.
We're making sure that our facilities have smart technologies that make them more efficient.
Yeah.
And like I said, our goal is to decouple our carbon emissions or our carbon footprint from the growth that we're seeing.
Right. So you oversee, obviously, 3 airports. What would you say is your passenger demographic? And have you seen their needs sort of changing over the years?
Yes.
How have you been able to accommodate that to that?
That's a fascinating question.
Yeah.
And so we have largely been known as a leisure airport, right? Because if you think of Arizona, you think of the Grand Canyon, you think of the Wild West. It's Phoenix is no longer that. Phoenix is actually a very modern, you can do all those things if you'd like to, but it's a very modern, growing city, and it's one of the largest cities in the United States. In fact, it's the 5th largest. And so what's really exciting is we're seeing this growth in semiconductor manufacturing, biomedical facilities. Arizona State University has this major campus right in downtown Phoenix. It's a very vibrant community, and it's really exciting to be a part of that. Noise.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about the fact that Phoenix, even though you may have traditionally come for personal or leisure reasons, is now becoming very much a business-oriented community, and you're seeing that through semiconductor manufacturing and a lot of different growth opportunities in the community. And so what we're seeing at the airport is that's changing how people use our airport. So traditionally, we had a lot of connecting traffic and a lot of leisure customers using our airport. We're seeing now more of a business-minded customer coming to the airport, and we're seeing less connecting passengers and more what we call O&D, or origin destination passengers coming through. And what's important about that is those people use our airport in a very different way than a leisure customer would. So we're now thinking about our landside facilities, our roadways, our ticket counters, our security checkpoints, and how we're going to evolve and grow them. With our growth in international, we're thinking about how we're going to manage that capacity. Are our customs and immigration halls big enough? Are we doing things like is our duty-free sized appropriately for the new international flights that we're having? And all of those types of things. Do we have enough lounges? Do we have enough space for those types of needs? And that's really an exciting problem to have. So our team is really geared up, and we're ready to really invest in our airport to serve our community long into the future.
Fantastic. And so my final question to you is, what is your business outlook for the future?
Yeah, so basically what we're seeing right now, last year we came in at about 48.6 million passengers for Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. That represents about a 10% growth year over year. We're expecting to actually beat that this year. And we think we'll come in at probably in that 12 to 15% growth range. All of our kind of ancillary businesses, like our parking operation, rental car, we're expecting that to be in the 5 to 8% growth range. But I think that's going to taper off over time. I think we're actually going to see over the next 2 years or so, based on our projections, we're going to see that's going to taper off to the single digits in growth. And so that's important to us because that allows us to get a little bit of breathing room to be able to make the investments we need to serve our community. And I think the team is really ready to go in terms of providing those services, not only on a day in, day out operational level, but also the team that's really developing the airport of tomorrow. That's exactly why I'm here at this conference, is I want to learn from the international community about all the latest trends, and we're going to make sure that we implement them right at our airport at Sky Harbor.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.